Hello, my name is Kurt Lozer and I am in my first year of the Sahi Master's Program. I work on campus here at CSU at the bookstore as a floor supervisor and inventory specialist. Before coming here in 2014, I worked at a nonprofit in Aurora, Colorado called the Colfax Community Network that specializes in assisting transient families and impoverished communities in Aurora, but more specifically around Colfax Avenue. There, as a field coordinator, I assisted the food bank, I worked the after school program, updated social media platforms, and did some grant writing for additional funding for projects, amenities, and programs that we had. One of the undergrad memories that I can share with you pertain to intramurals. I am an introverted person, and though in the first semester of college I was able to make some friends in my dorm, I knew that a great way for me to expand that social net would be to play sports, soccer specifically. I've been playing since I was 5 years old, and it's just something that I can do naturally, and I feel like be more myself a lot faster than most other social situations. So I went down and I got on what's known as a free agent list, which is just a list of people who want to play but couldn't create a team themselves. After languishing on the list for what seemed like months, I decided, what if I went down and grabbed the list myself or made a copy, and then called everyone on that list and made a team myself? Sure enough, I went down, the guy who organized the IM obliged, and I began cold calling 38 or 40 guys and girls from the university who had interest in soccer. As luck would have it, about 6 guys and 3 girls responded to my voicemails and said they were interested, and we made a team. And not only did we play indoor that winter, but that crew, about 6 to 8 of them, we stayed together for 3 years, playing indoor and outdoor. We became friends, we hung out, we shared classes together, and it was just a really great experience from something that I normally, and to this day, really don't do. And I think that leads to why this is a big deal, is because I, especially back then, was not a leader. Even today, I struggle with leadership roles and forcing myself, especially given an option, into those roles. And so, and this was the first time that, again, I forced myself to do it. And not only did it work, but it had this really lasting effect, both social and just from a personal level. Though this is not an academic achievement of mine, I use this because it was a great learning lesson for me personally, that that I can do this. I can succeed in college. I think as we move into the future, we are now understanding that college is so much more than grades and a major and a salary afterwards. There's a lot more development and a lot more personal growth that needs to happen in this environment that we forget about, or we brush aside for some of the more classical ideas of what college means and what one needs from it. And so, as I mentioned, from an early standpoint, it showed me that the trepidation I feel while is okay, it can be managed, and that I can do this. Some of the challenges and supports today's campus, to me, is almost entirely from a monetary or budget standpoint. My wife works as an accountant in the College of Natural Sciences at CSU, and she's constantly reporting to me about the money for the labs and the materials and the space and the professors and TAs and all the things that they need to make sure line up so that their colleges operate in an efficient manner. And that's one college in a university. So when you consider CSU, the world-class education we're trying to provide, the professors and the faculty that need to be at a certain level or acumen, the facilities that need to be updated and modernized, and the space for, you know, the enrollment that seemingly continues to go up, the utilities, the food, the insurance, recreation. It's a lot to organize, and it can be stressful. And when these things fit, then we need to make them into metrics that are marketable for new students to find our university attractive. In addition to all of these things, we need to also actively combat rising tuition costs so that we are not only palatable, but a better option than some of the local competitors on the Front Range. So that's where I believe student affairs professionals can come in, is that we can assist students find their way, but also find happiness within a lot of the moving pieces that a university needs to function. In my undergrad, some of the challenges, I guess, are similar to what I mentioned, and is that everything was so new, and I knew very few people. So as an introvert and someone who struggles with, leadership, I think that equates to my confidence in certain things was pretty low. And as such, I ended up changing majors fairly early on, and it was my advisor who allowed me to stay with her that was pivotal in helping me stay the course and figure out what I wanted from my own degree and my own kind of academic life. She explained, what credits are now elective and what credits I needed to take to kind of not fall behind from the initial major requirements that I might have missed from the first 2 semesters. She explained some of the programs and services that, while were probably elicited in orientation, I'm sure during that time, all I could do was, I probably had a face of awe and horror of just trying to understand things and learn where certain buildings were and where my dorm was, and how the dining worked, and everything else that I had no time to listen to, study sessions and tutoring and the like. And she was just so personable and so patient, and allowed me to communicate with her my wants and needs. And sort of as I look back, I realized that she was inspirational in what I'm endeavoring now, and that I want to facilitate student success. I want to help students not only find their way, but allow themselves to, I guess, understand themselves. Most students, by a technical standpoint, are adults when they come into contact with us, but there's still so much they can learn, not only academically but personally. And I that to me is a support. We are the support to many of the challenges that they're going to face, and they're going to face new challenges depending on the person that they are. Increased demographics, as well as technology, have kind of shown us that we are venturing a little bit into the unknown, but also we have a lot of tools to help us help them. And so that is somewhat my goal, to I guess confront those modern challenges that we face. So that's a little bit about myself. I apologize for going a little long, but I hope to watch all of your videos, and I am eager to converse openly and honestly with you guys and find out more about yourselves in the context of this class and university. Thanks.